Hello, I'm Sabrina Nazario. I'm an APEC University student, and in this third and last video, I'm gonna be talking with you about products, brands, marketing, corporate branding, the product life cycle, distribution channels, advertising, banking, and some vocabulary from each unit. But in this first section of the video, I'm gonna be talking with you about a product. What is a product? A product is anything that can be offered to a market that may satisfy a want or a need. Most manufacturers divide their products into product lines. And because customer needs and market are constantly evolving, and because different products are generally at different stage of their life cycle, with the growing, stable, or declining sales and profitability. Companies are always looking to the future and reevaluating every product and their product mix. Most products offered for sale by retailers are branded. A brand is a name, a logo, a symbol that distinguishes products and services from competing offerings, and that this makes the consumers remember the company, the product, or the service that they are acquiring. It's good to know that you can reinforce a brand name by a distinctive packaging and design. The key objectives of branding and all this stuff is to create a relationship, to create a good relationship of trust with the customers. There's two types of branding. The first one is the corporate branding, in which the company uses their name in each of the products. We can see as an example Yamaha, we can see Philips and Virgin. There is the other way of branding, that is the individual. The company gives to each product its own name, and in this case the company itself is less well known than all the products. An example of this is if I mention you Pampers, Pringles, Duracell. If I mention to you, let me see, Gillette, you will know what products I'm talking about. But if I name to you Procter and Gamble, now you will see, oh, that's the real company. The other ones are the names that they gave to his products. So in this case, the company itself is less well known, and we all recognize their products. Those are two examples of two companies that do exactly the opposites. And those are just examples of the thousands of companies that do the same in the whole world. There is this brand consultancy named Interbrand. They publish every year a list of the best global brands, which shows that the worth of a brand can be much greater than a company physical assets. The brand value largely comes from customers' loyalty. This is the existence of the customers who will continue to buy the product, to buy the same product from the same company every time. But a common question is, why do companies brand their products? They do this to distinguish from the competitors' products. They do this so the consumers know which one is their products. But I told you already the difference between the corporate branding and the individual branding, with the example with Yamaha, with the example from Procter & Gamble. For example, now I'm gonna tell you about some vocabulary from the same section about the products and the brand and everything. One of them is the outlets. The outlets are the places where we, the consumers, the customers, we can buy those products, the merchandise. A product mix is the whole portfolio, we can say, the whole products that the company sells. The retailers are those businesses that sell the goods or merchandises to the individual consumers. The logo is a graphic image or a symbol that is specially created to it identify a company or a product. The packaging or the wrappers and containers that are used to enclose and protect a product. I'm sorry. A brand recognition is the extent to which the consumers are aware of a brand. They recognize the brand even though they don't see the name of it, just with the logo, with the symbol. The shelves or the surfaces in the supermarkets, in the stores, in the shops where the goods, the merchandise are displayed. In the market share, the sales of a company expressed as a percentage of the total sales in a given market. The brand switchers are the consumers who buy various competing products rather than being loyal to a particular brand. Now we're going to enter to the marketing section. In this section, I'm gonna tell you first some basic marketing terms, such as the distribution channels. Those are all the companies or the individuals involved in moving the goods or the services from the producers to the consumers. The wholesaler, those are the intermediaries between the other two. So they can stock the manufacturer's goods or merchandise and sell them to the retailers and the professional buyers. I told you before that the retailers are like the shops, supermarkets that sells. They are like the last stops from the products and the merchandise before they go to the final consumers. There is also, by basic terms, that is like price elasticity. This is the extent to which the supply or demand of a product respond to change of price. There is the product features. Those are the attributes or the characteristic of a product, such as size, shape, quality, price, reliability. The market penetration is the strategy of setting a low price to try to sell a large volume and increase the market share. The market segmentation is dividing the market into distinct groups of buyers who have different requirements or buying habits. The market scheming is setting a high price for a new product to make the maximum revenue before competing products appear on the market. There is also this common term called the product differentiation. The product differentiation is making a product or appear to be different from similar products offered by other sellers. They do the differentiation by the packaging, by the advertising, making the statement of the difference of both of the all products from the competitors. Now I'm going to talk about the product life cycle. The life cycle of a product is broken into 4 stages. Those are the introduction, the growth, maturity, and the decline of the product. This concept is used by management and by the marketing professionals as a factor of deciding when it is appropriate to increase advertising, reduce prices, expand to new markets, or redesigning packaging. The last option will be to liquidate the stock or take the product out of the market. In other words, the product life cycle is the course of the life of a product from when the product is in development to after it is being removed from the market. If it's needed to take it from the market, maybe because of the sales, maybe because of many other things that can happen to a product. This process happens continually, taking products from their beginning, introduction stage, all the way through their decline and eventual retirement. So, What are these stages? The stage one is the market development or introduction stage. This is when a new product is first brought to the market. There is approved demand of it. There is the stage two, where is the growth of the demand is begin to accelerate the size of the total market and it expand rapidly. It might also be called the takeoff stage. Is also where the company have the more sales for this product, has the more demand for it. The stage three, there is the maturity. Usually in this stage, the prices may have to be reduced because the competitors are established in the market, but every company will try to defend their market share. And the last stage is the decline. At this stage, sales volumes begin to go down. The price is either maintained or really reduced to liquidate the stock if the product is discontinued. And well, at this stage there's really no advertising, no promotion, no nothing for this product. There is also something important about the life cycle. This is an important tool for the marketers, the management, and the designers, because this one specifies the four individual stages for any product's life. Any products, all of them have to go through these four stages. Some more than others will stay in the between the two and the third a lot of time, but eventually all of them are going through the fourth stage. But these four stages offer like the guidance to the marketing department to develop strategies to make the best use for those to apply to every product. And now I'm going to talk about the distribution channels. A distribution channel is a chain of businesses or intermediaries through which the final buyers purchase the good or the service. The distribution channels includes the wholesalers, retailers, distributors, and the internet. Usually, they provide the time, the place, and the ownership utility. They make the product available when, where, and which quantities the customer wants. A wholesaler, retailer usually purchase large quantities of goods from manufacturers, but break the bulk by selling few at a time to many other channels or customers. To end this part, I'm gonna say something about Regis McKenna, who wrote Marketing is Everything in the 1991. He was describing a situation where technology and had advanced to a point that businesses were able to utilize it to serve customers in more ways than had ever been imagined before. He said, and I quote, in an article in the Harvard Business Review, he said something really interesting about marketing, and I quote, he says, "The marketing today is not a function, it's a way of doing business. Marketing is not a new campaign or this month promotion. Marketing has to be all pervasive, has to be part of everyone's job description, from the receptionist itself to the board of directors. Its jobs is neither to fool the customer nor to falsify the company's image. It is to integrate the customers into the design of the products." He said also that the real goal of marketing is to own the market. To own the market, not just make or sell the products, like only to do the advertising, sell them, and have the profitability and everything. It's not only about that. He says that the smart making means defining the whole pie as yours. So in marketing, what you lead, you own. Leadership is ownership. That's why marketing is everyone's job. Why marketing is everything, and everything is marketing. Now, something that has to be, if not the most important, is part of one of them. And I'm talking about advertising. In basic terms, advertising is used to inform the customer about a new product, about the benefits, about the service, about everything they can do with the products, why they need it. Is to sell the product even before it goes to the market. And most companies use the advertising agencies. Another has the marketing department that takes these jobs, but another one has advertising agency. They use the internet, magazine, newspapers. They call this a media plan. So they decide which plan they're going to use: magazine, newspaper, the internet, emails, posters, in the cinema. They will choose which one of them, maybe all of them, and in which proportion. The best form of advertising has always been the word of mouth, like what we call mouth of mouth advertising. This is when the people tell their friends about the good products and the services. This one is the best. And advertising is widely considered to be essential for launching new consumers' products, combined with sales promotions such as free samples, price reduction, and competitions. Advertising may generate the initial try of a new product. Okay, but what are the two functions of advertising? To inform the consumers about products and services, to persuade them to buy them. The advertising of a particular product or service during a particular period of time is an advertising campaign. These are terms, basic terms that are used in the advertising, in the marketing department, in the advertising agencies. Like, another thing is, what are the three different methods that for determining which how much I'm going to spend, how much a company is going to spend in advertising. Those are the spending fixed percentage of current sales revenue, spending as much as other competitors are doing, and increasing current spending in order to increase sales. It is good to know that the viral marketing happens when trying to get consumers to forward an online marketing message to other people. That can be easily confused with the mouth-to-mouth, word-of-mouth advertising. In order to continue with the business advices, I will change a little bit the topic, and I'm gonna talk about the banks, the financial institutions. And as you all may know, a bank is a financial institution licensed to receive deposits and make loans. Banks may also provide financial services such as wealth management, currency exchange, and safe deposit boxes. So here are some basic terms about banks and some types of banks. Retail banks, or the commercial banks, often called high street banks in Britain, they receive deposits from and make loans to individuals and small companies. There's another that is called the investment banks. They work with big companies and giving financial advice, raising capitals, they take over bids, and so on. The private banks, which provide them with banking and investment services. There are also the stockbrokers and insurance companies. The large banks became international conglomerates, offering a complete range of financial services that were previously provided by banks. This is all for this last video. But I'm help you to. I hope that I could help you understand more about the products, brands, and how companies do branding, how they manage advertising, the different ways to spend on the advertising, how to know the product life cycle and understand sometimes the advertising that some companies do. But something that I learned is that the more important than all of that I just talked about is the communication between the people that makes a company greater. That and this will end with the greater products. And I'm gonna quote something that Regis McKenna also said. He said that it's ironic but true that in this age of electronic communication, the personal interaction is becoming more important than ever. I hope that you learn, and I hope that I could help you. This is all, and thank you for seeing me. See you next time.